Julia from the Northern Dimension Partnership on Culture, and we are based in Riga, actually. And so what we work with is the field of international cooperation in art and culture, with a focus on connecting culture to other sectors. So something that is related to that is one of our focus in our projects, which is working with the intersection of art, culture, and health and well-being. And in that regard, I can share to you also the link to this project, which is providing, beside this hackathon event, many resources for artists which want to strengthen their entrepreneurial skills and to understand how to connect their practice to a broader sustainable context, how to make a living out of it. And indeed, this hackathon event within this project is meant to be a sort of a structured playground where people from different backgrounds, with a focus on artists and people interested in cultural projects, can give it a try in what it means to develop a business in this sector. Of course, it's not going to be a fully fledged business because that doesn't happen in 3 days, but it's still going to be a protected environment to do that. And I have a presentation for you. So I will share my screen now. So now I will show you. First, this is an overview of the partners of the project. We are based in Riga, and we are the umbrella partner and lead partner for the project activities and our other projects. Our other partners are based in France, in Finland, and in Romania. And as I was mentioning, in this project, Awake, our main goals is to provide educational material that I will share later on. We have recently published a very long research, the outcome of a very long research process, which is a casebook of business model and best practices in the sector of art and well-being. And next to this, we have provided training opportunities with an online masterclass series and a bootcamp, which is this event, where we're gonna support practitioners and newcomers of this sector. And we have also facilitated discussion with professionals in this field on a European scale. So Paus is gonna speak more in detail about the platform and the process. I will just say the key dates. Before the hackathon starting, we're gonna have 2 workshops. Those workshops are not strictly mandatory, but are highly recommended. And I'm saying that because the first workshop is dedicated to ideation and prototyping, which means helping you put on the ground your business idea and generate an idea if you don't have one. And also our second workshop is even more important because it's a workshop on team creation. So if you're joining the hackathon by yourself, or if you would like to find diverse skill set across diverse countries, and so having an international background in your team, this is going to be the opportunity to mix and match and understand how to work with each other. And then on the 26th of May, we're going to have the official start of the hackathon. And a little bit about the sector of arts and well-being. We are building this expertise since a few years at NDPC. We have already managed a project on a vast European scale, which was dedicated to research proven benefits of artistic practices in the healthcare sector. And the final report of this project already proved how artistic practice are both innovative in this sector, and they can be game-changing to the way that we currently nowadays approach healthcare. So in arts and well-being, the bottom line is that we are supporting a process that humanizes clinical environments and sees healthcare in a more holistic way, both in a physical perspective, in a mental perspective, and it's something that wants to explore different ways of doing things. So also something that we should keep in mind is that we are not aiming to substitute ourselves to professional programs or professional figures like it could be an art therapist. And what we want to support is having supporting product rather than clinical expertise. So here are a few links that I will also share in the chat of which are going deeper on exactly what we mean by art and well-being, art and healthcare, and how entrepreneurial ideas in this practice, in this environment can be supported and why they're important. And also for this event, we would like to give you some areas to think about, and this is especially relevant for participants which are joining us without a predefined idea. We see those challenges as some of the key topics in this area of culture and well-being, but at the same time, we don't want to pose these challenges as mandatory. If you have another idea, it's very welcome. And if not, we want to provide this inspiration to work with this area of anxiety and depression and stress among the youth. And then to work with the aging population and the issue of social isolation, and to work with burnout and mental health at the workplace. And yes, I think now I am done, and probably we can have all presentation at the beginning, and after the second presentation, there is going to be space for questions.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Julie.
You.
And yeah, then I'm gonna quickly take over just to talk about the technical details of the hackathon, what a hackathon is at the end of the day, what to expect, what we expect of you, and so on and so forth. While I look for the screen I want to share, that didn't take as long as I thought. So yeah, my name is Paul Silinch, and yeah, I'm also gonna be one of the organizers of the hackathon. In my everyday life, I work at this organization called Riga Tech Girls. I'm a director and board member there. And yeah, regarding hackathons, I personally have participated or been a part of at least 30 hackathons, I'd say, and I've taken all possible roles, mostly as an organizer. That's been mostly my role, but I've been a participant once as well. I've been a mentor, I've been a judge in a jury, and what else? As an expert mentor as well, and basically all the possible roles that are there, and there aren't that many. But yeah, so let's talk about the technical information. First and foremost, Julia pretty much already touched upon whom this hackathon is meant for, who's the target audience, and why you should participate. So, of course, we are seeking for creatives and healthcare professionals to participate here, but it's not really only the experts of these fields, also people who are interested in these fields. Everybody's more than welcome to participate. And as long as you are willing to build ideas or build businesses or products, and a cross section between culture and well-being, then you are more than welcome to take part. And basically, during the hackathon, you will have the possibility to test out new business ideas. Or if you have one perfect idea, then probably that one idea. Of course, if you'll have more participants joining your team, not only the ones you know already, then you will have the opportunity to collaborate with international people, thus growing your own professional network. We'll also be providing you with expert mentors, basically experts from fields of health, art, culture, programming, so on and so forth, who could potentially help you with development of your idea. Of course, connecting with like-minded peers, that's what I already said about the network. And at the end of the day, something we expect out of you, if you participate then, is to present your ideas in front of a jury and potentially compete for prizes. Depending on what was the last time you looked at the hackathon platform, or when was the last time you looked at some information regarding the hackathon, there are prizes now. So the first the team that's going to take home the first place, they are going to receive a prize of 800 euros. So there is that to look forward to as well. About hackathons in general, what are those, why they exist, and so on. Basically, they generated in the tech and startup field already some 20 more years ago. Initially, hackathons were meant for developers, for people who are coding, and they can range from 24-hour long to 72-hour long hackathons. Initially, for the developers, it was like they were put in one room all together, and now you have 48 hours. Come up with something. And that was the main goal of hackathons. Just create something. Don't think about your everyday lives. Don't think about, I don't know, other problems. Just focus on coding, creating something specific that you want to create, even just for the fun of it. And so yeah, that's where it began. And now, especially during the pandemic, it boomed. The society in general understood that hackathons is a great thing to have online, where anybody from anywhere in the world could participate and hopefully create something really meaningful, not only to them, but also to the greater society in general. And so, yeah, during the pandemic, online hackathons became a thing, and it wasn't anymore just meant for coders or programmers. Hackathons took on a different shape where, as you can see now, by this hackathon, they are meant for basically anybody. In this case, for cultural and health healthcare workers or people interested in that. So the main aim of the hackathon when you participate, as I said, is, well, one thing is to have fun and focus on a specific thing, but also really you have to begin with an idea, and hopefully at the end of those 24, 48, or 72 hours, in this case, more like 48, by the end of it, you should have produced hopefully a functional prototype of your idea. By that, I mean, if you want to create some sort of a, I don't know, website for service of selling dog toys, then by the end of the hackathon, you should have a functioning prototype of the website. Or maybe you want to create something tangible. Of course, that's going to be slightly more difficult, but once again, we expect you to create a sort of a prototype. But of course, I don't want to scare you away in the sense that if in case at some point during the hackathon you understand, oh no, we are not gonna be able to create a fully functional prototype of our website, then feel free to use, for instance, Figma. There is this graphical design tool. Use Figma to create a um, mm, interactive mock-up of a website, which is kind of a prototype in itself as well, but it's not going to be fully functional, but it's going to be interactive. Or maybe just make a video of how you change the slides with how the website would look in the end. So basically, you have a choice. You don't necessarily need to create a fully functional one, though that would be the perfect scenario. So yeah, that's what a hackathon is and what is expected of you. But at the end of the day, really, it's also about having fun, about focusing on a single thing for those 48 hours. And from my experience, I can say that's the cool part of a hackathon, that in your everyday lives, we don't really um, focus that much on a single thing, at least in my life. There's always this and that and that and that. But when you participate in a hackathon, everything else sort of floats away, and then you focus on one thing, and then you can be somewhat surprised at the end that after those 48 hours, from just an inkling of an idea, suddenly there is something tangible at the end of it. Um, all right, another thing to keep in mind, I will show where on the website or on the hackathon platform it is, the code of conduct. Main thing to keep in mind, be respectful. Be respectful of one another, be respectful of organizers. Do not harass, and abuse is never going to be tolerated. And in case there is something very unsafe, unpleasant, or whatnot, please immediately let us know. And of course, we will keep to the same code of conduct. We will also be respectful. And yeah, please be respectful to us. That's the main thing. I will show you where the full code of conduct is and where you can read it in detail. But yeah, basically what you should do to participate. I know that there was a pre-registration as well, but really the full registration is now available on awakehack.hacktribe.co. So make sure you have registered on the platform. That's the step number one. Um, this next step would be after registration is that you should either join a team or create a team by posting an idea on the HackTribe platform by 4:30 Central European Time on May 26th. Here already a heads up, all the times that are going to be seen in this presentation are going to be Central European Time. So yeah, that's the deadline to sort of submit your idea or submit your team. The next thing on May 19th, basically next week, we are going to open up the Slack communication platform. That's also going to be mandatory for all participants to join, because that's where most of the communication is going to take place during the hackathon, and also most of the announcements will be sent. We will send some announcements via email, via the HackTribe platform, but all of them are definitely going to take place on Slack. Yeah, regarding the team size, you should have a team of 2 to 6 participants. If you can, I'd say that the perfect scenario is to have 3 or 4 participants, each with complementary roles. For instance, one is a developer, the second one is designer, the third one is a business guru, and the fourth one is an expert of the field in which you are creating and developing your idea. That would be sort of the perfect scenario and perfect way to go about it. But it's okay also to have two people in the team, or even more, 6. And of course, as I already said twice, have fun. That's another thing, another must to participate. And yeah, how it works. One thing, Julie already mentioned, there are going to be several workshops before and during the hackathon as well. I will go in a bit more in detail on those in the next slide. Next is publish your idea and build a team. This we already went through. During the hackathon, work with your team and develop that prototype. As it's an online hackathon, as I mentioned, there is going to be the Slack communication space. That's for mainly written communication, and there is also going to be a continuous open Zoom call during the days of the hackathon. There, each team will have their own breakout room and will be able to, work together and do things together there. Yeah, during the hackathon, there are, as I said before, going to be expert mentors, team mentors as well. And yeah, use them. Use their expertise to help yourselves or your team develop the idea into something even better. And you will be able to meet these mentors on the continuous Zoom call as well. At the end of the hackathon, we expect you to prepare a video pitch. Basically a demo of your prototype of your idea, and you will have to upload it by 5 o'clock on May 28th. And of course, at least one participant of the team has joined the final demos, where we will show the videos you uploaded, and then the teams will answer questions from the jury. So these are the main steps, I'd say. Regarding the workshops, as already mentioned by Julia, on May 15th or this Saturday, Thursday, at 5 o'clock, we are going to have a workshop on ideation and prototyping, basically where we will help the participants come up with the best possible ideas, and then different approaches and tools that can be used for creating a prototype specifically for a hackathon will be shared as well. The lead of this workshop is going to be Carlos Jonas, Innovation and Strategy Consultant. The next one is going to be a workshop on team creation on May 20th, also at 5 o'clock. There, I will be leading it, and what I'm going to do with you, basically, I will invite the participants to pitch their ideas. We will have some icebreakers, and then I will divide you into breakout rooms. It's not going to be a lecture. It's going to be more of a hands-on. I will want you to, participate, share with one another, so that you can form the best teams possible. And then, as mentioned, there is going to be another workshop during the hackathon on May 7th at 5 o'clock. And this is going to be on pitching. Pitching is the thing that, like I said, you will have to prepare your pitch video. And so we will have an amazing lead, Egit Polyansk, general partner at Outlast Fund, who's been teaching pitching for 6 years, I'd say, already, participating in a lot of hackathons as well as a mentor, and so on and so forth. So she will give you the tips and tricks how to best prepare for the pitch. As for the agenda of the hackathon itself, so day 1, that's going to be May 26th at 4:30. It's going to be the team registration deadline. So make sure you have registered your idea with at least 2 participants in it, and they have the participants, or the team members, they have to be registered in a HackTribe as well to count. So make sure you have registered your team and the participants on the HackTribe platform by 4:30. At 5 o'clock, we are going to have the opening ceremony. It's not going to take too long, roughly half an hour. Then we will let you work. And also around that time, we will divide you among team mentors. And then at 7 o'clock, you will have your first checkpoint. So what are checkpoints? Checkpoints are the situations or the places where you will meet your team mentors. Each team will be assigned a specific team mentor who's going to help them along the way of the hackathon. There are going to be 3 checkpoints during which the team mentor is going to check in with the team to find out about their progress, about their problems, and about their plans, and hopefully assist them or lead them in the right direction direction where they should go. Also, they will help with, connecting with the best possible expert mentors. And these checkpoints, attending them is mandatory. Just keep in mind this, please. Day 2, 27th of May at 4 o'clock up until 10 o'clock, we will open up the expert mentoring sessions. Basically, there are going to be time slots you will be able to book via the platform with a specific mentor, just to, get their opinion on the project you are working on. We won't have any time slots during the pitching workshop and during the checkpoint. Otherwise, that would be, not that fruitful. But the rest of the time, from 4 to 10, yes, there are going to be time slots for the possibility to talk with mentors. 5 o'clock pitching workshop, 7 o'clock second checkpoint. Day 3, May 28th, 2 o'clock final checkpoint. At this checkpoint, I would suggest that you already share a draft of the video you will submit in the end, because then you can still make the final changes. At 5 o'clock, as mentioned before, is going to be the deadline for submitting your video and your project altogether. At 6 o'clock, we shall start the final demos. And once again, we'll show your demo, you will answer some questions from the jury, and then we'll let the jury discuss a moment, make their decision, and at 7 o'clock, we will start the closing ceremony and awardings. So that's regarding the agenda. What's going to happen right after the opening ceremony? So as I said, each team is going to be assigned a team mentor, and the team lead from the specific team is going to be added on to a checkpoint channel on Slack. So at some point, you will need to decide who is your team lead, and you will have to let us know. Basically, the team lead is the person who registers the ID on the HackTribe platform. As I said, all checkpoints mandatory. Please attend them. In case you absolutely cannot make it at that specific time, let the team mentor know and decide upon a different time for the check-in. And check the schedule. Follow all the events there. What else? Expert mentors. Yes, as I mentioned, you will have the opportunity to talk with different experts from fields like programming, design, UX, UI, health, art, so on. You will have the opportunity to talk with them on May 27th between 4 o'clock and 10 o'clock. But you have to make sure that you book the meetings beforehand. I will show on the platform where the booking is going to be available, but keep a note that you won't be able to book a meeting with a specific mentor later than 1 hour before the beginning. This is so that they can, count on their schedule and that everybody's happy. Basically, if somebody booked a meeting 1 minute or 2 minutes before said time, it's possible that the mentor is simply not going to notice that. Then the team is going to be angry. The mentor is going to be angry after a little while once they understand that, oh, I'm missing a mentoring call. So yeah, 1 hour is the latest when you can book it, but I highly suggest that you book the meetings with expert mentors, because that's really going to help. And of course, in case you don't want to book the meetings, if you have some quick questions, then on Slack there is going to be a channel called Ask Mentors. Feel free to ask any questions there as well. So how we will decide upon who is the winner and who gets the big prize. So there is going to be an evaluation criteria, of course. I'm not going to go into too much detail now. I'll show you where you can read it, but basically four main criteria. One is going to be the originality of the product, process, or service, how new it is. Then the progress. Progress means like where you began on the first day and where you ended up on the third day. Then the potential impact of the outcome, how big could this idea get, how viable it is actually outside of the hackathon, because we're here to have fun, we're here to build something, but would it really survive in the real world? And then of course the demo itself, how good the demo video is going to be. So that's the fourth criteria. Okay, I'll take a sip of water. I've been talking quite a lot, and then let's get into the platform. Now I will show you where the magic hides. I had to quit sharing. Now I'll do that once again. I just hope I'm gonna start sharing the correct screen, the one that I wanted. Let's see. Yeah, it's the right one. So the moment you go to awakehack.hacktribe.co, you will enter this page. There's going to be the landing page. Basically here on the landing page, of course, you'll see the registration button. By the way, there's also a sign up button on the top right corner. And here you will find all the basic necessary information, what the hackathon is about, why should you join, how does joining work, how should you register, how the hackathon is going to take place, that you are expected to submit and pitch, and the commitment and final prize, about a wake project. Basically, here you'll find all the main information without going too deep into details. So I would highly suggest reading this. Then the next section, also very valuable, is the schedule. This is the place where you'll find all the dates and times for different things. For instance, today we had the first info session. Now we're having the second one. Then on May 15th, the workshop on ideation and prototyping, then the workshop on team creation, so on and so forth. Basically, here you'll find details and the topics of the different things in the agenda. Of course, here we'll also add the links to all the different things. Whether it be the closing ceremony or opening ceremony, the links will appear here. Of course, we'll also send them out on Slack and via email as well, so you simply don't miss it. Next part, these are only the sections that are visible before you log in and join the platform. Next part is the info section, and here there are several parts. One is the guidelines. This is something, once again, I would highly suggest going over, because most probably, if you have any questions, the answer should be hidden here. So that's why it is quite important that you go over it. Just look at the criteria for submissions, when the deadlines is, what's expected in the video, maybe, how it's working, what kind of mentors are there going to be, and so on and so forth. Basically, here you will find all the necessary information. Then, in case you don't find the information there, there's also, of course, frequently asked questions section. Once again, several questions here, but in case you don't find the answer, later on I will share how it looks when you have logged in. And once you're logged in, there is going to be a discussion section below, and you'll be able to post your question there. And we will, of course, answer it the moment we notice it. So yeah, if you don't find a question there, feel free to write it in the discussion section. Challenges. This is something Julie already went over, but in case you want to delve deeper and understand what exactly each challenge is about, what kind of potential solutions it might have, this is the section where to find the information, where to read more about it. How to use HackTribe platform instructions. Also, very important, especially before registering. This is something that will help you understand where to go, what to do, how to do it. So please read this over as well. And then finally, as I mentioned previously in the presentation, there is a code of conduct, and please read this over. Once again, be respectful. That's the only thing and main thing we are asking of you. We expect from ourselves as well that, and so yeah, read this over. As for signing up, I'll quickly show how that works. You can, of course, just write your email and choose the password and sign up. You'll have to confirm it via your email as well. But if you want to, especially if you're using Gmail, you can continue with press continue with social networks and then continue with Google. As I'm using incognito right now, then I'm not going to be able to show the next steps, but it's pretty straightforward, as it is with a lot of platforms. So that's how it looks when you haven't logged in. Now I'm going to share my screen once again, and this time it's going to be from the perspective when you log in, so that I can show you some of the things that were not visible just now. Let's hope this is the right window. Yes, it is. Once again, I'm going to go back home. The landing page remains the same. Nothing changes here, but as you can see, there are already more tabs available. One of the tabs that I'd, want to show you is the Ideas tab. This is the place where you can see the currently posted ideas. As you can see, there are 3 ideas already here. All 3 ideas are still missing a teammate. So in case you are looking for a team, these are some ideas you can look over. And joining a team, what you have to do is simply click on the idea. Here you can find all the information, the problem, the solution, what's the goal. If they're looking for team members, what kind of members they are looking for. Clearly, they're looking for somebody who's an expert in design, expert in the field, in this case, health field, and also programmers. And yeah, below there is going to be a join team button. Here you can also see who is the team lead. You can click on their profile and read a bit more about them. Sorry. This is something also that you should fill out when you register, put info about yourself, especially if you want to join a team or you're looking for teammates, because, it's important to find out whom you are going to be working with. So that's if you want to join a team, but if you want to create a team or add an idea, then simple as that, button, add idea. Project name, problem, solution, challenges, you can choose the challenge. As mentioned before, you don't necessarily need to choose them, and then there's the option, no specific challenge. You can add some image and whom you are looking for, write it down here, of course, in more detail. That's going to help, and then just submit. Simple as that. As for the video presentation website, that's not necessarily right now. That's going to be the place where you will post it later on when you're going to be submitting the final pitch and everything. Yeah, that's regarding the ideas. Next part is one-on-one sessions. Once we open this up, you will here find the list of all the available one-on-one sessions and their times. This place, it might be slightly chaotic because there's going to be a big list of all the mentors at a specific time. So it might be easier if you go to the mentors section. As you can see, there are already 5 mentors, 6 mentors now. Although the team, we are going to move as organizers. And yeah, you can just click on the mentor, you can see who they are, what their experience is, and there is going to be a button to book a meeting with them, or you'll see their availabilities, the times they have chosen. So this is going to be a slightly easier and quicker way maybe to book the meetings with mentor, because you'll be able to read about them, who they are and what they do. Yeah, that's regarding that. Profile is the place where you can set up your profile. And the final thing I just wanted to show you, as I mentioned, the frequently asked questions section, there is this discussions part. And as you can see now, once you're logged in, it is right there. And you can just easily write a question, submit, and we will see it. And then we will be able to answer it. Oh, another thing I want to mention, inbox, that's going to be the place where all the announcements via the platform are going to be visible. And sessions, this is the Zoom call that's going to be continuous. Currently, it's empty. The button will lead you nowhere, but once we have the Zoom call, that's going to be the place where you'll be able to access it. Also, there's going to be another button in a different color, just so it's easier to differentiate them. That button is going to lead to the Slack workspace. That's going to appear there when we open it up, which is going to be, as I mentioned, on May 19th. So that's all. That's it regarding how the platform looks, how the platform works. If you haven't yet registered, please do that. Join the teams, post your idea, and of course, keep track of the schedule so that you don't miss anything important during the hackathon. That's about that. And I think this is the perfect time to get to the questions part. So if there are any questions, me and Julia, we would be more than happy to answer them right now.
Thank you, Paul. I guess it was a lot of information, but I hope it's gonna be very exhaustive at the same time.
Yeah, that's why we're recording this as well, so that at any point you can look this over. But I see one of you, Eglis, unmuted yourself, and
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you. No further questions. I think you covered a lot of things. We need to just check out once again everything, go through step by step, but all clear. So thank you very much for this presentation.
all right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining this info session as well. So yeah, I guess if you have no further questions, then really, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, please register, publish your idea, join the team, and have fun. I'm going to keep repeating this also during the opening ceremony, because that's one of the main things. Of course, you are going to be doing important things, but still, you have to try to enjoy the process as well. Otherwise, life would be quite mundane if we cannot enjoy what we are doing. So yeah, Julia, maybe there is something from you'd also.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you, and yes, looking forward for the event and to see all this wonderful ideas that are shaping up. I've seen that many participants already had a strong motivation and a vision and some ideas, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, completely agree. Oh, but I remember one thing. Sorry, we were just about to finish up, but one thing I remember that is actually important to mention regarding the platform. So I'll quickly share it again. What I wanted to say is that the platform, it is set up in the Central European time, but it is going to show the times regarding the time zone you are located in. So as you can see previously, because I was showing the platform from incognito, it didn't show my time zone, but now you can see I'm based in Riga. So it's Eastern European summertime plus 3 hours. That's why the times here for me appear as 2 until 3 o'clock and so on and so forth. Depending on the time zone you are from, the times will appear correctly according for your time. But the main times are for Central European time. That's it. That's all. That was the one thing, quite important, actually, detail to show and to say.
yes, that's good notice to have. But also for when it comes to the schedule, you can trust the platform as having the final schedule, and every time is tendentially specified, also with the time zone. And if you see it not specific, yeah, you can pay attention to those indications. Well, I guess we are done here, but thank you for joining.